Welcome back to the Royal Tennis Court at Hampton Court Palace for the 2025 Champions Trophy, brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. We have the final of the qualifying matches in front of us right now this evening. Vaughan, Hamilton and Darren Long. This is not a dead rubber like the last two. The winner of this will go into tomorrow's main draw. Joining me today, Ben Taylor-Matthews. How are you, Ben?
Hello Ben, I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
It's going to get confusing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Both of them have had a good couple of wins leading into this final match of the qualifying campaign, and yeah, it'll be interesting because Vaughan's kind of had the upper hand on Darren a little bit recently, so it'll be interesting to see if the court makes a difference or whether the mindset of that will play on Darren, or if Vaughan will maybe get a bit complacent. So I'm really interested to see how the start of this match goes. How about you?
Yeah, it'll be the third time they've stepped on court to each other in about 2 months. They played in the US Pro Satellites back in the start of June, and Vaughan won that. And then they had the final of the Moore Family Office Summer Challenge, best of 5 sets off half handicaps, and that was 3-1 to Vaughan. So he's the form player of this matchup, but set to 9, it's just anything can happen really, as I think we saw in the other group, with Bertie coming through against the odds, as it were. And I think even he would agree that it was against the odds.
I think maybe the kind of the level of comfort that the scorelines would suggest would probably be the surprising bit for him. He obviously had a 9-4 against Lewis and 9-5 against Levi. I think if you were a betting man, you would have put money on him to beat Tom, but those first 2 matches were probably more comfortable than he would have dreamed about. So well done to Bertie. His name's firmly in the hat for tomorrow, and we'll be joined by one of these two.
Yeah, Vaughan in his second Champions Trophy campaign didn't win a match last year, if I remember correctly. Darren is a veteran of the tournaments, has been in the main draw in the past, but hasn't quite got there the last few years. I think just as the tournament has secured its place on the calendar, and more of the top guys have been in there, and he's kind of drifted a bit from the top 10.
Well, as you can see on the screen here, the head-to-head, Darren actually beat Vaughan in the qualifying last year here at Hampton Court, the only time they've played at this venue. Vaughan is definitely a different proposition a year later. So yeah, we will see how this one goes. The players look like they are ready to rock.
Yeah, players ready to go. Scott Blaber marking again, I think. A lot of marking to do for the RTC Pros this week. Scott and Jack taking the bulk of it.
I am very surprised. I hope everybody's just going to get a drink. I'm very surprised at the exodus of spectators with this qualifying group hanging in the balance as it is before this match.
Well, I think it is. I think there are a number of Petworth players who are hanging around a bit, who had come in to support Tom and Lewis earlier in the day.
Yes, makes sense.
And so I think they've gone home, and I think the sponsors have gone to a sponsors dinner. They were all hanging around in the garden before as well.
Well, we will definitely enjoy it.
Mitsubishi Electric. At the receiver's end is Darren Long. At the server's end is Vaughan Hamilton. Just for 9 games. Good luck. Play.
Good start here for Vaughan, getting on the board early,
40,
almost
15.
40-15 up with the serve. Darren did well off the first misread, but then left the opening for the grill. First game now to Vaughan.
Unbelievable.
Just can't find the grill.
Unbelievable. I think that hit all three edges of the grill.
Go! Second serve.
Either serving at the tightest or who's going to be forcing the best, I think.
Yes, tight serves have been the name of the game so far this championship trophy qualifying. I imagine it's going to continue like that into the main draw. Much more so than some other tournaments we play.
Great game.
Oh, you Chase, better than the yard.
Yeah, railroads definitely seem to be flavour of the week here at
15
Hampton
all.
Court. With that back wall being freshly painted, it's taking a lot of spin.
$30-15.
So Ben, tell me about how Darren's setting up to play around the timbre and being ready for the one that hits and the one that misses.
Well, the good thing about as a defensive player in that scenario is obviously you're in a very defensive position, but the angles around the corner here at Hampton Court are quite big, so you can definitely set yourself for a timbre, and then if it misses, it will come round that corner a lot wider than other courts. So I think Darren's just going to kind of play for the timbre and then just be ready to kind of use his squash movement to just lunge into that corner and retrieve the miss if it pops around. You can kind of cover both here, which is quite strange.
First serve for Darren, better than the yard, still going the railroad.
Yeah, not a good one. That is his first serve of the match though, is it not?
It is, yes.
Yeah, he'll find his feet. That is a great shot.
40-30.
That was an absolute beauty.
Game. That's 2 games to love on receiver leads.
Good early start from Vaughan, second game on the board.
That's an off-yard kick. Double. Darren! 15 love.
Giving himself a hard time there. Thought it was a good return.
So having served almost exclusively railroads for most of the Moore family office, and so far all of the Champions Trophy, Darren's opting for demi PKs.
Yeah, I would say the start of this match, I mean, obviously it's very early doors, but both getting plenty of balls in play. Vaughan's just been tighter. Darren's scrambling and getting balls back, but they're just a bit looser, and I think the Railroad is a prime example of that. Vaughan's kind of quite close to the wall with it. Seems to kind of have his groove with it straight away. Darren's kind of served a couple of good ones, a couple of loose ones, and I think that's generally how the start of this match has gone. Vaughan's just been a little bit tighter.
15 all. Hazard half a yard.
Be interesting to see how Darren plays behind this demi PK, because like you say, it's the first time in 2 tournaments that's happened. Oh,
That one's just nicked.
fizzer.
30 love. Hazard 1 and 2.
That wall has taken a pasting so far this week. That's a beauty.
See, I can't really see it from where I'm sat. It looks to be better than it has been in previous years, even though it's still a bit flaky.
The wall?
The wall under the winning gallery.
I think because it's lost a bit of paint, the plaster's exposed.
I remember when Chris Chapman last played here, it would have been 22, 23, I'm not sure. He was just taking rocks out of that wall with his big slice cut.
Feet. Yeah, I think with the court taking a Railroad so well,
30 love.
there's so many returns to serve are ending up in that area.
Gallery.
So whilst there's not necessarily one big impact that's causing the issue, it's just the relentless sheer volume of times that section of wall's being hit, and that plaster is a little bit exposed. You don't know if the viewers can see it. You do get that kind of poo of smoke, as it were, dust, sometimes when players are boasting their way out of trouble.
30 love. The receiver leads. Worse than the last gallery.
That's a great ball. Vaughan just, Darren needs to just kind of take a quick check here, because 3 love and 40 love, it's in a race. Definitely needs to register soon before that gap widens too much.
That's a classic Darren Long shot, that one.
Good recovery after a pretty ropey serve. Got away with one. It's almost like Darren heard me, Ben.
Coming back from 40 love down, back to deuce once he's got down the service end. Darren needs this. Just looking down a very tough 4-love deficit, and now he looks like he's about to get on the board.
Yeah, like you say, Ben, I mean, it is a race to 9 and it's still early days, but 4-love is a pretty big mountain, so he will definitely be wanting to get over the line and beat this last gallery chase, get himself on the board and kind of breathe that sigh of relief, knowing that the gap's only 2 games rather than 4. Huge difference.
Yeah, just finishing off the chat of the chips on the wall, I remember at the Australian Open this year down in Hobart, they were making repairs to the plaster of the wall mid-tournament because there were so many chips coming out of it. Don't do that here, just let it go pretty much for the rest of the next 12 months until the next Champions Trophy rolls around.
They're probably not allowed to touch the walls without various levels of consent.
Yes. I don't think the members take quite as much out of it as you guys do.
Oh wow, that's exploded out of the neck. I think, like I say, with Vaughan just looking the tighter of the 2 players on this court, which is quite lively, you cannot really get away with just kind of retrieving and keeping it in play, because the ball will just sit up constantly, and that's where Vaughan can kind of keep applying pressure. Darren obviously still very much in it, but he's kind of defending most of the time at the moment.
So Darren Long on the board.
We needed that.
Definitely needed that. Can he carry on? Has switched to his underarm twist serve, so we've seen all 3 of the Darren Long serves now. Don't think he's got any others.
He won't mind that 1 and 2. I mean, he won't be happy with it, but Vaughan having to back away and chip that is a small win. Okay, two he may not like.
You mean for that shot?
Yeah, but Vaughan's been good on the volley, good on the force, so if he's getting him to back away and chip, or do things like that, he'll be happy. You're not going to win every point, but he's now won 2 points, conceded 1 chase, and lost 1 point. He'd be okay with that. So just to put an end to this dust debate, Ben, yes, we've had a comment saying that the Palace is required to use only traditional plaster material, so we won't be sending Nick off to B&Q this afternoon.
40-15 receiver leads. 1 and 2.
He's going to take this one on. Doesn't need a second invitation, particularly with that serve.
Got a bit of frame on it.
30-40.
Losing the chase 1 and 2, he won't give himself a hard time about, but he will with that one. That's great serve.
Server's advantage. No, you're there. Juice.
I could have sworn Darren was going to boast that, looking at his racket angle.
Advantage.
And there's been some cheap ones for Vaughan in this game. After Darren did such good work getting to 40-15. Yeah, punished.
I think that's the difference between playing at this low single figure handicap level and playing at the plus level. It's just at the plus level there are no cheap ones.
Yeah, you might get one, but you're not getting two in a row.
Yep. 15 low.
Vaughan will be happy with that return all day long. Darren's going to hit like a volley boast into the battery wall. Vaughan will take that option all day.
Worse than 3, 2 chases. 15 all.
So changing ends here, 2 chases down. You're watching the Champions Trophy 2025. It's the last of the qualifying matches. Main draw starts tomorrow. Ben, you're up against Nick Howe in a grand final rematch. You ready for it?
Yeah, as ready as I'll ever be. I completely forgot it was last year's final. That's the nature of this event, isn't it? The top 4 guys play each other immediately, so maybe we'll see each other again on Sunday.
Almost. Yeah, still a limited number of tickets still available. So go to the royaltenniscourt.com or get in touch with the pros here at Hampton Court and get your tickets. Come down and watch.
That's a good leave.
It's a brave leave.
Yeah, just Darren trusting the court there, knowing it's quite bouncy. You wouldn't be leading that at most places.
Just on that lead, you're not only trusting the court, you're also trusting the marker to give it to you.
That's very, very true.
If you've got a marker who you're not quite sure is reading them right.
Oh, broken string.
Yeah, if you've got a marker you're not quite sure is reading them right, you've got to still kind of go for it. Because you're not sure they're actually going to pay it.
Yeah, it's always, particularly when you know it's going to be close, you kind of think, right, I'm going to leave that, and I know it's going to be close. You're pretty sure it's not going to win, but you're kind of then thinking, right, am I going to get a chase off when I could have played it?
Receiver leads better than 2.
Force. Ah.
On the chase for Western Yard.
Oh, well played Darren Long. And game as well.
2 games to 4. 2-4
Beating better than 2.
I feel like we're seeing more beating the short chases here than we would at, say, Queens.
Which is incredible because it is quite lively. So you've got to hit a very good shot to beat short chases here.
I wonder if part of it is the angle. If you're hitting across to your forehand, you've got a little bit more angle to play with, so you've actually got a wider angle on the triangle, if you know what I mean. More hypotenuse to play with.
Yeah, and if you can play in straighter lines, like you say, you can set that ball off a couple of degrees further, like a couple of degrees wider, and it's still going to make it to the corner rather than hitting the sidewall. It does make the court quite big if you can play in straight lines here.
5 and 6.
Well marked from Scott there, in my opinion. Vaughan's been sloppy in this game. It's not kind of gifted Darren a 40-love lead, and
Can I just say the marking so far has been excellent. I don't think I've seen a single call that has been questionable this whole qualifying 2 days. I think it's been spot on.
you know what us real tennis players are like as well. We love a moan. Haven't seen one yet.
And it's tough, especially for Scott. He does such a good job, but this is the only time that he'll mark this level of tennis.
That's a great lead. Right, Vaughan will reset there. A few bad shots in a row. That's fine. Get rid of them all at the same time. We are game on.
Yeah, remember Vaughan had at one point had 3 points for a 4-love lead.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Darren's really fought his way back into this one.
That squash background just loves the battle and never say die attitude. Keep running around, keep digging. You never know what's going to happen.
Haven't had an 8-all yet this qualifying, that's what I want.
That's true. It becomes a pretty expensive or valuable 8-all game as well.
Yeah. No points for the qualifying, if I recall correctly.
Exactly. Yeah, that this match here is worth a pretty large chunk of ranking points and finances to these players. And here we go.
4-all. Yeah, I'm never quite sure how the ranking points pay out for this tournament because it's a bit funky with the repechage rounds. I think all quarterfinals worth the same.
I believe that all quarterfinalists are worth the same. It's just 2 of the people in that quarterfinal have the potential to lose 2 matches to get them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the top 4 players are guaranteed at least quarterfinal points.
And the 5 and 6 are too.
Or are they last 16 points? For the two people that lose, are they last 16? I'm not sure.
I mean, if Susie's in the live chat, it'd be fantastic to help out. But I think there's only 4 gradations of points: winner, runner-up, semi-finalist, and everybody else who's in the main draw. But I could be wrong. Tweener.
Hamilton displaying his maverick ability there.
Still going to claim him after your retirement from FLM Super League?
I haven't retired yet. I just haven't haven't been able to play in the next edition.
You're not going to come back for it like you went over for the US one?
I'm going to be like Tyson Fury. I'm going to take the win and then retire at the top.
So 2 and 3 the chase.
15 love serve leads. 2 and 3.
Let's see if another short chase can be beaten. I'll tell you what.
You know what? It's pretty good.
That is very good because that was a very late decision to play that, and that serve was travelling directly towards the nick. So that is a top shot from Darren.
So, given that Vaughan's only been on the tour for 2 years, what's he done and what's he changed to his game to get him to where he is as a player who's almost at a plus standard?
Yeah, he came and had some sessions with me through the Deadlists level of sponsorship. He had a few sessions with me at Bristol, and I basically kind of said, hey, you've got to do everything well. He used to be two-handed on that backhand exclusively. And one of the things I said to him was, you know, off the back wall, you've got to play that one-handed because you can get more work on the ball that way. Seemed to just pick it up straight away. And obviously he's got a very, very long history of junior tennis, so he was a good level of player before he kind of went off to university and stuff. And I'd just say he's a very good student. You know, you kind of, he seems to listen a lot. You tell him something, he takes it on board, puts it into practice. And I just think I think he has a very good mix, that he can play the kind of classical tennis and mix it that way. Good line, good length. He can force. He's got a good volley. But if people make it messy, he's quite happy to get involved in that kind of stuff as well. So I think he's just a good rounded player. I think just time and experience. Just a lot of time on court, more court time. Obviously turning into a pro and getting out there, moving to Preston and hanging with Levi, a lot's going to have helped. Good shot.
Yeah, he definitely strikes me as the kind of player that we could well see at the later stages of Opens in years to come.
I definitely think he'll be fighting it out at the latter stages of tournaments for sure. Here we go. As you said, 3 points for 4 love to Vaughan, and it is now 5-4 to Darren.
5 games to 4.
What's he changed? What's he done right now that he wasn't before?
I think Vaughan's got a little bit looser. I think he's definitely not playing as well as he did at the start. Just enabling Darren to have a few more hits at the targets, which he loves to go for. Getting more opportunities to win points. It's a good shot.
2. Level. Up.
Incredible defence there from Darren Long. Vaughan was able to get through eventually, but let's not underestimate the incredible defensive work from Darren there.
I think one of the things I liked about that rally from Vaughan is he tried lots of things in that rally to get the eventual chase. It wasn't a case of oh, I forced once, I'm just going to force everything else from here on out until I bust. It was, no, we'll try you out on the force, we'll try you out on the floor in the corner, and really give it a go that way. But what I was going to say was, I think the thing that I'd like to see Vaughan improve on is deleting the last bad shot from his memory.
Yes, he does. There's a lot of self-chat with Vaughan. A lot of it, sometimes, obviously, people need to get rid of that explosively, and it's gone. Not quite sure of Vaughan whether it kind of has a lasting effect or not, but
well, I think
he does seem to dwell on things.
I think the case in point in that is the US Pro Singles Satellite Final against Josh Dodgson.
Yes.
And to me, I think he would have been well in that match, except for the fact that he dwelled on the fact that he was down.
Yeah, he did seem to kind of almost look like he'd run out of ideas and resigned to to defeat in that one, having had such a good event to get to that final in the first place.
Yeah. Whereas someone like Levi will never show that, no matter what he's feeling on the inside. On the outside, he'll always be looking up for the fight, up for the next ball. But that's a very difficult thing to learn.
Yes.
Better than 2.
That requires a lot more coaching than any forehand repetition. Oh, lovely.
15 all, worse than a yard.
What a shot on worse than a yard.
30-15.
Still very close. But yeah, I think my view is I think a lot of these young guys, sports psychology is an element of their game that they're just not quite harnessing as much as they could. If you want to find the edge over your opponents. It's all well and good to have a good backhand, but unless you can compose yourself to hit the next one, then what's the point?
Has been first, thank you, 2 chases.
This match still on a knife edge. Hamilton's probably not had the run of it in the last little bit, but he's still very much in it. 2 very attackable chases, especially as we've seen on this court. Lots of options for hitting into the corner or even driving it off the back.
Server leads, better than the second gallery. Chase off, it felt better than the second gallery.
Oof. It's not what you need, is it?
Has it been in the first gallery? 30-15. Bolt.
So I've just been told by Nick Wood, head pro here at RTC, that immediately after this match on court, the qualifiers into the main draw will be drawn. So do stay tuned for that if you want to see who will be playing Robert Schenkman and who will be playing Bryn Sayers.
Game.
5 games all.
5 games all.
Edging closer to your wish of an 8-all decider here, Ben. He ended up losing the point there, but just going back to what you said earlier, proving my point that you can allow for the timbre here and still scrape your way back in the rally if it comes around the corner. Vaughan did that twice in a row in that rally.
So what would a normal court be like in that instance?
It would probably just come out a little bit too straight, so you wouldn't quite be able to. The first one, where Vaughan was at full stretch, I don't think he's getting that anywhere else. I think it's just not quite coming around far enough. Very, very good from Vaughan there, playing directly at the corners to both sides, making the court as big as possible. Hitting those sidewalls here really makes the court quite small.
Yeah, interesting that, because the actual physical width of the court is one of the widest in the world.
Yeah, I was practicing the other day with somebody who shall remain unnamed, and they were talking about how big the court was and how they kept on struggling with it, and I said, well, actually it is dimensionally a very wide court, but in reality it's actually quite a small court. in terms of width once the sidewalls are involved.
30-15, serve lead better than 5.
This is what took me
Better than 5.
the better part of 2 years to get used to Radley about.
Well, if you figured out how to play at Radley, can you please let me know, because I'm clueless.
Better than the door. Better than
Grew
the
up
door.
playing my tennis at Cambridge and Hatfield, which are fairly square. We go to Radley and it just slides like anything. Good reach.
Oh, that's a stinker.
Oh, no.
So tough to deal with.
40-30. No, better than the last gallery. 40-30
Well,
and a chase.
You can't see from your position, but the downstairs galleries have filled up again.
Fantastic.
So good to see the support from the RTC faithful here on Wednesday night. Bumper day tomorrow, Thursday. Got 4 matches of the best in the world playing.
Better than the last one. 40-30, service lead, better than the last gallery.
Inches. I have noticed a lot of that with the qualifiers. They take on that winning opening when there's a half chance. If you miss, you're just immediately under the pump. I think the plus players they don't take on those half chances. They just wait for a bigger opportunity. Don't put themselves under pressure. That's a great ball. That's a great shot. And game.
Yeah, 6-5 now. Ever closer to that main draw.
Serve lead.
I was listening to one of your back catalogue of View from the Hazard podcast on Long Drive recently, and you're talking about the 1-2-3 theory of tennis.
Yes.
And it was eye-opening to me as a 40 handicapper. To realise not every shot is a 1 or a 3.
Exactly. The number 2 ball doesn't exist for many players, and I think if people operated on that level a little bit more, they'd probably find that they create significantly more number 1 opportunities for themselves.
Can you just explain what it is for those who don't know what we're talking about?
15.
Yeah, I think if you've got any ball that comes over that you're faced with, you can put into one of 3 categories, which is basically a tariff of difficulty. So a ball off the back penthouse on the forehand, let's say, is a number 1, where you're doing nothing but looking to kill. With the flip side of that being a number 3, where someone's hacks one in the corner and you're just happy to get it over anywhere. Penthouse is fine, off the grip is fine. And those number 2 balls are kind of rallying balls, or I prefer to call them like set-up balls. So I think generally speaking, the average club player, when the ball comes over, they kind of ask themselves a very simple question: am I under pressure? If the answer to that question is no, the next question is, how do I win the point from here then? And I think if people looked at that, were able to pause time and look at that opportunity and go, right, how likely am I to execute my winner? And if I just played one more tight ball, you're probably going to end up with an even bigger opportunity next time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Chance to level up at 6-all.
Here we go.
Oh, it's getting tight now.
Let's just fast forward to 8-all, guys. Come on.
3-all in the final set.
Yes. good example there of Darren really tried to have a go at Vaughan's backhand there and hit one long. That's him trying to win when it's not really there, and then had to end up escaping with a gallery. Clearly wants to serve.
Last gallery, 2 chases, level.
Yeah, this is the kind of moment in a match and in a season where you've just got to grasp your opportunities. This is what you've been training for, putting all those hours in solo practice and early mornings when the members aren't in, to be able to execute your shots in a time like this.
Level, second gallery. Oh. 15 love, last gallery.
Cheap.
15 all. Yes. 40-30.
Yeah, I think that was the first winner we saw in that game, Ben. I think that was a very nervy game from both players, really keen to try and take it, but errors from both of them. Vaughan will be very, very, very happy to have won that game. Someone's got to win it.
So I just wonder if the recent history between them kind of plays in Vaughan's favour here. Because in the Moore family office, they were playing at 0 quarter, which is
virtually level.
And I think they got to 3-all in almost every set. And Vaughan won 3 of them and Darren won 1.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that kind of 40-all aspect compared to Deuce does make a difference. But yeah, you'll be thinking here if you're Vaughan, you know, 7-6, right, I've won the last couple. This is familiar territory for me. And Darren could be thinking, unfortunately, the same thing. This is familiar territory, so hopefully he's not casting his mind back to those 2 recent defeats.
Bolt.
2 medium chases here. That's a good ball. Oh no.
Darren's just gotten very nervy, hasn't he?
Worse than the last gallery.
That's not good. Oh wow, Vaughan will be really questioning his decision not to take the easy hazard gallery there. I don't think there's any value in trying to wrong foot your opponent when you've got an opening that will win for you. That's a great boast.
Hitting the hazards to win a chase is, I think, something I have seen a lot of players not do today. And the option's been there.
I think it sends a message as well, that kind of down the line ball there, like, it can't go in anywhere. It can only get Darren back in the rally if he reads it, whereas the one cross court, I mean, the risk is you might put the odd one on the penthouse, but at that point you've just executed it wrong. It's not a bad choice, it's just a bad execution. Vaughan calling Darren's name out there, begging for an apology.
Yeah, that's not coming.
No, not now. Maybe at love all.
40-30 and a check.
Yeah, he's certainly no apologies at 7-6.
No, definitely not. It's definitely the tightest match we've had of the qualifying. And I think it's been tight all the way through. It's not like one player's, except right at the start, one player's had a run and the other player's come back. It's been just bit by bit.
Yeah, apart from Vaughan's kind of quick start and Darren kind of levelling things up, it's just been game for game since then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go then. So yeah, I think we're just gonna, it's just gonna be effectively we've got a 2-game shootout here. Who can get to 2?
Lots on the line for these next 2 games. Place in the main draw, World Championship points. It's like at the British Open where the first round players don't get points, just the second round players do. So that first round becomes so vital if you're trying to improve your world ranking for these guys. Try and get into the 15 to not have to worry about your handicap.
Yeah, and with obviously Lewis Williams not making it through this week, these guys have got an opportunity to kind of make an immediate jump, or step towards, or step closer to him. Oh, wowza. Absolutely no chance with that one. Darren livid with himself. There you go, not happy. Oh no! The RTC pros won't be happy with that. That's a good boast because it's very easy to just whack that at full pelt. And knowing that the court is explosive, that's a very, very wise, good pace from Darren there. It's a sidewall neck. That is incredible.
What a time to pull that off.
What a time for that.
8-7, 1 game away. With the serve.
That's out. That's out. Don't hit yourself in the leg, that's not going to help. Good and tentative tennis at the same time there from both of them. Darren being quite patient, reaching for a few, either stretching or tired. There's definitely a few noises coming out with a few of those lunges.
Yeah, well, now's the time that training's got to kick in.
Exactly, it is now or never. It'll be the end of the season for one of these guys. And a great opportunity for the other.
Worse than the last gallery.
Yeah, getting into play either Bryn or Shanks is a free hit, basically.
Well played. Yeah. Vaughan knows it. Overhit that cut volley. Darren would give you money to get that same return here. It's a much better one. It's a much better one, and a ferocious come on from Vaughan there. Knows he's 2 points away.
30 all.
Small margins.
Good choice. Oh my days, what a volley.
Reserve little fist pump there to go with it.
Absolutely, 2 points away from defeat. Have some of that. That's good as well. The angle's going to make that tough, yeah. Here you go, here's your grill ball. And there it is, Darren doesn't miss those.
I said about 40 minutes ago, it feels like an 8-all, and here we are.
8 games all.
1 game to decide it.
Well, Ben, you asked for it.
Yep.
Here we go. Who's your money on?
Whoever's serving.
Great read. Yeah, I think both players will be able to I think they'll both be nervous here. They both know what's at stake in this game. So your allegiance has just changed to Vaughan, I assume.
15 up.
Needs the second one first.
It's loose. Oh, it could make it in though.
No, it was not.
Desperation.
30 love.
Darren showing all of the club members here why it's definitely better to be at the service end.
Exactly, that's what I say. Got to be at the service end. Whoever's serving.
That's so good from Vaughan there.
15-30.
It's a big ball. Get up there. Oh no. Oh, Darren.
And a court.
He's heartbroken.
He knew it too.
As soon as he touched it, he knew.
Second gallery. 2 chases. Very good.
So Vaughan's played a good first half of this game there from the hazard end. In a one-game shootout, if you could be coming to the service end already on 30, you'd absolutely take that.
Yeah, your goal as a server in that situation is when you've got the last gallery chase laid, get to 40 low, 40, 15 up.
Yeah.
Darren's not done that.
Or hope for a poor second chase. And second gallery, Darren will still definitely fancy his chances to beat. I mean, Darren will be looking at this going 30 or I'm down at the wrong end, but I've got two pretty easy chases to have a go at here. He's certainly not exactly, he's not trying to beat chase 2 or anything.
No.
So he'll be thinking he's in charge here.
About second gallery is about 50-50.
It's a good serve. Nick Wood screaming upstairs as he sees another ball get chunked into that wall.
So first match point goes to Darren Long. Oh no, go pick him up.
We're going to build the tension.
Yeah, go pick him up.
Build the tension.
Take a breath.
What returner serve are you picking here from Darren?
It's got to be forehand corner.
I think he's going to hit a fat boast into the main wall.
Well, that's bold.
I think that's what we're going to see here.
Bring him up the court, second gallery. So, match point, second gallery. Oh no!
My God.
Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. What a way to win the match.
That last shot is worth a lot of money and points. That is a very, very, very tough way to go. Darren, very, very sheepish at the net.
We should say there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like he's broken a rule or anything. It's just
He actually looks embarrassed, doesn't he?
I've never seen someone look so apologetic to have won a match.
Yeah, and, I mean, you really feel for Vaughan there. He's leaving the court pretty quick. Yeah, you'd be absolutely fuming about that. There's nothing you can do about that.
No.
As the ball was travelling in mid-air, you heard him kind of say, "Oh no," he knew it.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the ones which are flush back walls as well. It's just that's what happens in real tennis. That's why we play it.
That's why we hate it.
So Darren Long moves into the main draw. You can't quite believe it. Let's have a look at the stats. There we go. 56 minutes, dead even, 53 points apiece.
Wow. Targets, I mean, as near as makes no difference, exactly the same as well.
It's just same chase length, it's the same player.
Points served, a big kind of increase for Darren, but the points won percentage basically the same as well. I mean, that's exactly what you'd expect from a 9-8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Virtually identical stats.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So do stay tuned. We're going to jump off the commentary for a little bit, but coming up very shortly will be the draw for the qualifiers into the main draw. So that will follow very shortly. For now, I've been Ben Gasebeek. I've been joined by Ben Taylor-Matthews. It's been a pleasure having you on. And we will be back shortly, and then for the main draw tomorrow. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's happening right now.
Happening right now, yeah.
We've now concluded the qualifying rounds, and the winner of each group is Darren Long. You've seen a great match that Darren's won in a slightly unorthodox manner in the final shot. A really fantastic match that they've just played. Just like to prove that Darren Long is going into the cup. As is Bertie Ballot, who has heroically come through his group and has qualified, and we will draw both these two names to go into the main draw. Okay, now the first draw will be to play against Bryn Sayers. Give it a shake.
Ali cried during the draw.
To play Bryn Sayers.
Darren Long.
It's Darren Long.
So Darren Long to play Bryn Sayers.
Therefore, we have
No surprise here. And the battle of the amateurs. Rematch of the MCC Gold Racket Final. Rematch of the recent British Amateur Final. Top two UK Bathurst players will play off as well tomorrow. So that's all from us for sure now here at the Royal Tennis Court, Hampton Court Palace. My name's been Ben Gatemeek. I was joined earlier by Ben Taylor-Matthews. We'll be back tomorrow for the main draw. Do get your tickets from royaltenniscourt.com, and once again thank you to our sponsors Mitsubishi Electric, Cadcor, Les Petites Natans, and the Ladies Royal Tennis Association for their exhibition singles on Saturday. My name's been Ben Gatemeek. Goodbye.